Hey, Scruffy. Actually, a little late. I thought I'd be on time. Yeah, just lost track of time, I guess. Yeah, the weather is unpaused. So we got a lot of rain today. It wasn't a hard rain, but it did rain most of the day, so so probably got lots of quantity just because it rained for so long. But it didn't actually seem that hard. Where are you going? Going exploring? Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's put the food on the table. Let's get the water bowl off the little table. Hold on. Scruffy's still avoiding the head. Okay, that's a head. So anyway, so the weather finally, or the storm finally resumed. It's been kind of stuck in pause for, I don't know, almost a week now. But so I didn't check the forecast that carefully today, so I did see it was raining all day. But that's one of the things I don't like about the little weather widget I have. So on days it doesn't rain, it shows me multi-day forecast, but when it actually starts raining, it changes and it shows me an hour by hour rain prediction, but I lose the multi-day forecast, so I don't know what's coming the following days. I have to go to a website or something to find out more, and I didn't do that. But last time I checked, we're supposed to get rain today and tomorrow, and then I don't remember what happens, but I think there's still storm warnings out into the future, so I think they're predicting, we're going to get more rain still. I'm surprised we're getting rain this late in the season. Usually it's the other way around. We don't get enough rain, and the rain stops very, very early in winter, and everything dies. So now we're finally getting some rain. Fortunately, I think everything has died already. So there's a couple of trees in my yard. They've been dying over the past few years. I've already lost a couple, and I think this winter I may have lost another one or two. I'm happy about that. Those trees were... my dad spent a lot of time in the garden, and those trees in particular I think he really liked, and just doing my best to try to keep them alive. I even bought fertilizer stakes, and I've been planting the fertilizer stakes on those trees. And there's been fertilizer shortages as well, so they've been actually hard to get. And then I've been watering the trees, not over the winter. So this winter I didn't really water them because we were getting so much rain. But I was making sure to water them over the prior springs and summers and falls. And going into this winter, I thought we'd be okay. I thought the trees were looking okay. Not the greatest, but I thought they looked better than I think some of the other trees that died going into the winter. Like, tree I really didn't want to lose, that one going into fall, it died. It looked like it was dying early. I was hoping it was just kind of going into a hibernation state to try to protect itself a little bit before winter, because I think the fall other trees actually ended up changing their leaves and losing the leaves only a few weeks later. So I thought maybe that tree had a chance, but yeah, it never made it. And so yeah, there's now this one tree in particular I'm looking at and thinking it should be blossoming by now, but it's not doing anything. So I'm kind of worried about it. Yeah, as far as the storm goes, yes, I think they're still giving us freeze or frost warnings and still giving us flood warnings. So don't know when it's going to end. I actually, the park that I go biking at, I mentioned it's been closed for it's almost 3 months now. I found another local media report about the park. So they finally did a follow-up on the park closure. And yeah, they're basically saying they don't know when the park's going to reopen. They said the storm damage was extensive. I forgot what they said. I think they were saying it was like $20 million of damage. I don't know. The number seems kind of high to me, but it's government for you. But either way, the park remains closed. I think they said the main road is where the bulk of the damage is, and that's probably the bulk of the cost. So I think they were talking about the possibility of staged reopening, where they allow hikers and cyclists in, but keep cars out. But it sounds like there's enough other damage. There's enough other damage that it sounds like they don't really want to open the park. They were talking about Easter. I don't know when the thing was reported, but I didn't check. I didn't check carefully enough for when the report was actually reported. But anyway, they're talking about Easter, and they're saying they weren't saying no, but they were basically reading between the lines. They're basically saying no way, we're not opening by Easter. And they said Easter is one of the most popular days of the year for that park. And if they basically, I think they're implying they have no idea when they're going to open the park, so it's not even going to be close. So it's really unfortunate for me because I like going to that park. I think they also said they're having problems with people sneaking into the park. I guess hikers. So let's see the new. So it looked like the news reporters had drone footage, so they were able to look into the park using the drone, get some pictures. Because I went biking a couple days ago. I don't think I talked about it, but so I'm still having to use my alternate route, which takes me to the back entrance of the park, and I can. So there's a small vantage point where I can kind of peek in the part of the park. I was thinking, if I had a drone, I could actually get some real good footage of what's actually damaged in the park. But I don't have a drone, so. But then I figured if I did have a drone, I'd probably something bad would happen, and it would make an emergency landing in the park, and I'd probably have to be one of those trespassers to retrieve my drone. I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay, I'm gonna get Scruffy his food. Okay, let's get your food. Move the table. And let's get the food. Let's try to get the bowl a little further centered and back, so as Scruffy pushes it around, hopefully it won't fall off the table. Okay. So let's see. I think I saw Scruffy sleeping in the carrier this morning. It's kind of mid-morning, I think. So yeah, it was raining all day, so yeah, he wouldn't be out in the rocks. I thought because it was raining, yeah, he'd maybe stay in the carrier all day, but I think he was only there in the morning. And then, I don't remember if I saw him this afternoon. I can't remember. Did he go on the table? I kind of expected him, yeah, as I said, to be in the carrier, just because if he was in there this morning, I'm guessing he likes the blanket and the straw now. So it's probably warmer than just being out here. And yeah, the temperature did drop. So it's probably cozier inside the shelter, or not the shelter, the carrier. But yeah, he didn't go back in this afternoon. And then let's see, yeah, we did lunch, and yeah, I think he was a little more meowy. Probably the rain is agitating him a little. Yes, Scruffy. So the weather has returned, huh? It rained. Oh, we got some meows today. You don't like the rain very much, huh? Actually looks pretty light. I thought we'd get more. But it's not over yet. Okay. Push that plate off the table there. Tonight's dinner is a fresh can of meaty pate with real ocean whitefish. And then we have the kibble and the rotisserie chicken scraps. I put a little more in because, the weather is finally turned back. So I'm waiting for the storm. They kept telling us it was coming, but kept delaying it. So it's finally here. So Scruffy's about to knock the plate over, get her straightened out. So, this can of meaty pate actually had a lot of fluid in it. It was, the fluid separated. So I talk about this every time I open a new can. So it seems to be very inconsistent. Sometimes there's like no fluid in it, and sometimes there's a lot of fluid in it, and sometimes it's somewhere in between. And I haven't figured out why. But for whatever reason, this one had a lot of fluid in it, so I poured it all into the bowl tonight. If I don't, it just gelatin. It turns into like a gelatin when I refrigerate it. I'm guessing it probably doesn't taste much like anything when it's in that gelatin state, but if it's in a liquid state, it probably makes a nice gravy. And sometimes the gelatin's hard to scrape out again. Oh, welcome. So I think Scruffy's eating kind of fast tonight. Must be hungrier. Maybe he didn't go hunting today because the weather changed. So the forecast, the hourly forecast that they show me, I think it was showing that it was going to stop raining like around now. Actually, I'm guessing at least for a few more hours. Yeah, it's going to not rain, and then I don't know what's going to happen later. We're supposed to get more rain tomorrow, so it's probably going to have to resume sometime. But yeah, I think Scruffy likes to leave after he eats dinner here. Go exploring the neighborhood for, I don't know what he does, but anyway, since it stopped raining, he has a shot to leave and go exploring. I don't know if he wants to, the ground's all wet. So I didn't go out today because I knew it was going to rain. I went out yesterday. I didn't talk about that. So I went to, I took out my bike. Figure it was my last shot for a while. It was actually really nice yesterday. I think, it was starting to warm up yesterday. Not a lot. It was still kind of on the cold side, but it was right at that cusp where I still needed all my heavy clothing, but if it was just a little bit warmer, I might have been able to lighten up on the clothing. And I did feel a little hot on certain parts of my trip, so. So, used my alternate route, went up to the top, and yeah, I extended the route because I figured it was at my last shot for a while. I remember one part of that area, there was a power line overhead, and there was a squirrel running across that power line like, right above me. The squirrel looked really awkward running up the power line, but he didn't seem to mind. Didn't seem to have any care that he might slip and fall, because yeah, the power line was pretty high up. Move the balls. Scruffy did a good job cleaning the bowl tonight. There's a couple pieces of kibble. It's 4, I think. But yeah, looks like he got all the pate. But I think the pate might actually be a function of the liquid I poured in. I think whenever it's more liquidy, he's able to get all the pate off the bowl more easily. Yep, Scruffy really cleaned that bowl tonight. Well, I guess that's it for dinner. Just gonna go exploring. No, he's going the other way. Where are you going, Scruffy? Nope, I'm gonna start moving. Okay, now he's leaving. Thanks for watching. See you next time.